my dear esteemed guests and beautiful subscribers. It is me, of course, Lightliger here, and today, as it was voted by the community, we are going to be taking a look at upcoming projects and tokens on Luna's blockchain, which actually just went through the Columbus 5 update, which allows you to transfer assets from Luna's blockchain into the Cosmos ecosystem. Also, they did some changes on how much Luna is being burned, and this has basically caused over 10% increase on the price in the last 48 hours or so. And now is a perfect time to get acquainted with Luna because it's going to become more prominent as more time goes on, especially their stablecoin UST. So let's kind of dig into, I've chosen around 13 different projects here, which we're going to be looking through, which haven't launched or are kind of like in early stages of their launch, allowing you to get acquainted with them and possibly invest in them. Obviously, then a financial advisor, yada, yada, yada. Let's get started. So first of all, we have Loop Markets, and basically they are building a tokenized community and a DEX on Terra. Now we already have like a 1 AMM protocol right now on Luna, and it's kind of like a very minimalistic. This one is kind of taking a bit more ambitious approach into the system, so they are building a bit more wholesome interface, which includes pool, swapping, staking, and a launch pad. There's going to be yield farming. You're able to withdraw anytime your, assets, liquidity pools, and there's going to be trading all the top assets on the blockchain. You have your mirror protocols, anchors, pylons, Terra, and other stable coins on the ecosystem. And you also get tokens by creating great content. So I guess there's going to be different ways for you to do videos, memes, or different types of things for the community. And I guess you get rewarded for that. That is a very nice approach, in my opinion. We have to really think about the traditional distributions of tokens in general, how they're distributed, who should deserve them, and etc. Also, top of that, they are building an NFT marketplace where you're able to mint your own NFTs in a batch. So apparently you can release your own avatar set on the platform. You can do also drops. You can do auctions, also Dutch auction. That's something that is becoming a bit more popular in the NFT market, especially on Ethereum. And obviously you're going to be able to trade those NFTs also on the platform. And it's a very community-oriented platform, and they are already working with other projects in the ecosystem. And there's going to be a Chrome extension, also a mobile wallet. So they are really doing a lot of things, catering to a lot of different people. And there's going to be a feedback fund from the Loop. And this is going to be managed by Angel Protocol, which are, doing charity stuff, among other things. And there's actually a team which have doxed themselves, so you can take a look at these guys and look at their LinkedIn profiles for further information. But definitely a big player on Terra, which you should definitely keep your eyes on. Moving on, we have Random Earth, and they had a different name before. I don't remember what it was, but basically this is going to be perhaps the first NFT marketplace which is going to be launching on Terra. They already have a couple of projects in my memory that already lined up for the launch, like Galactic Punks and etc. And I think there might have been like a third NFT marketplace. Hopefully I'm not mixing these things up, because some of them actually did go through a name change. But this is something you can currently apply for NFT launches as of right now, and you can sign up for the newsletter when this website is going to be going live. Then we actually have the only NFT project that I'm featuring on this list, called Derby Stars. Now, this is actually like, when I look at this game, this looks like something of a AA production, maybe even a AAA production if this was actually like a Nintendo game or something. And I think this is going to be working at some similar fashion to Zed. So basically, you're going to be, acquiring racehorses, and you can also have the riders, and these are all going to be NFTs. And you can nurture and give them bonuses, and improve the horses to basically ride faster. And basically, it's like there's a breeding system there. And there's also like a very good visuals, as we can see, like that trailer there just looks very, very nice. The horses may not appeal to a lot of the male audience, so this looks kind of from the get-go more female-oriented project, which might be a bit of a problem. But if it's really well done, I think a lot of people won't care. about that. And the racing records are also going to be stored on permanently on chain, so this is not going to be using some hocus bogus stuff. There's also going to be land assets. I've always said to you that land assets are the most valuable things you ever want to get into the NFT space, so definitely get those. The user avatars, which are kind of like anime style, remembers a bit of Fire Emblem here, and these are also going to be very popular. I like these more than I do like the horses, but this is a very interesting game. It's very high quality by the looks of it. Obviously, we don't have actual gameplay here. This is just like a tech demo or like a rendered shot. So I have to wait till things come out, but this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to participating in the future. And next up, we have Talis protocol. And this is basically another marketplace. This is using kind of like a DAO type of a thing. And there's a bit of manifest here, which goes into what are they building with NFTs. And Talis is probably going to be also one of those few first NFT marketplaces emerging on the Luna's blockchain. And there's going to be different types of things here. Possibility for the artists to sell their art digital or physical. Talis platform supports direct link with printing businesses. So I guess if you have art and there's like a direct connection to Spreadshirt or something like that, this allows you to basically do merchandise really easily for your projects. And there's going to be more DAO focused. A lot of NFT marketplaces are centralized in the sense that who gets listed, who gets verified, who gets to be on the front page. There's not a single marketplace that I've come across that is fully like DAO, where the community has a lot more power into what is, the featured things, and what are the royalties and what are the fees on the platform, and do the users get fees from the platform itself, and things like these. And royalties are built in, which is a very nice system, allows many artists to utilize that for multi-purpose. So this is another one that I'm looking very much forward to as an NFT fan. Next up, we have Sandclock, and this is a pretty special project. I like this gem here on the middle. And there's a video which goes into explaining what exactly they are, and then there's this sort of a Google Doc file, or pitch deck, a PDF file, which kind of goes into what they're doing. This is very cutting edge, or at least in the sense that it's doing something different. So let's say it's like working as a form of a lending platform, and let's say you lend $10,000, and you can basically split, hey, I'm going to be taking 90% of that money that I'm compounding, but I'm going to give 10% of that compounded money into charity. And they are building a lot of interesting things here. They talk about that split here and donating portion of that money into. They're also getting prepaid cards, which you can basically use. I'm going to be using my yield to buy some donuts at the store and things like these. So this is a very interesting thing. And there's a lot of other things that go into this. They're going to be multi-chain. They're going to be starting with Luna. And just like doing this one video, this like very short look into the whole thing, but I recommend taking a bit more deeper dive into what they're building. I think it's interesting. I don't think charity doesn't definitely correlate with price like ever, but maybe it just brings a lot more joy to the user that they can support these different things. By the way, Red Cross is a horrible company. Never give them any money. Totally corrupted. There are better charities out there. But let's move on. And there are a lot of these Luna projects which only have Twitter profiles, and most of them are in the making. And I'm only like choosing like 2 or 3 of these, which I'm showing in this video, because I just like think it's dumb to just showcase their Twitter profile. And I'm just gonna, if you want to know more about them, I can leave you a list or something. But basically, Mars Protocol is another emerging borrowing and lending platform built top of Terra. You don't, we have already Anchor, but Anchor has a very limited amount of assets which you can basically devil around on the platform. And Mars Protocol seems, to my understanding, a bit more wholesome. And there's a lot of like Medium articles going into what they're basically doing, the lock drops and token launches. And, I'd recommend just taking a bit more deeper dive into it. There's a lot of DeFi being builded. Another one is Astroport. So we have another AMM protocol on Terra. And Astroport is one of those which are going to be coming in and competing with everybody else. And they, just want to get one piece of the pie, I guess. And they kind of have a very neat interface here. They don't have a website live yet, but that looks kind of clean. And, I think they're going for a very easy user interface. Terra's first liquidity bootstrapping pool, LBP. I'm not sure what that is. Create liquidity for their tokens with a very little seed capital, provide fair launches. So there's a launchpad system there. And backwards compatibility with Terra Swap, which is currently the only AMM, which is, I don't want to say limited, but doesn't really have much going on there. It's kind of like there just for convenience sake. And then they all going to have their own governance token known as Astro. So this one is also another one to look at. Loop Finance, for example, their product might take more time because they're building a bit more bigger thing. So Astroport might be the first one to kind of be the first mover advantage here. And that's going to be interesting how that's going to be turning out. But definitely go check them out on Twitter. They have actually also a lot of Medium posts going into what they are building. Then we have Kairos, which is basically building an identity system where you can do what they claim the best-in-class face recognition, and I guess that is used for KYC and different things. They currently have a token sale, to my understanding, going on as of right now, or it may have already happened. Not really sure about this. But Kairos is another very interesting project. We have a couple of ones that are somewhat similar. I'm not, from a privacy point of view, I'm not a big fan of these types of projects, but I then again understand that this can be used also for security. Maybe you have a face recognition login on your phone. In that type of a sense, I think that's pretty nice. But I can see so many wrongdoings on the privacy and things like that. So this technology is kind of like can be used for good, but also can be used for a lot of wrong stuff. And moving on, we have Spar Finance, and they are basically building out another DeFi system. So basically how this works is you choose a pool that works for you, you pay less to join, fast setup, withdraw anytime, and get access to global assets without sacrificing security, stay in full control. So I don't know if this means like fiat deposit and then you get access to these cryptos, or what exactly are we talking about? The website doesn't precisely say what they're doing. They talk about like some type of trades here as well, which is $1.4 per trade. So it might be for more bigger customers moving a lot of money. And they're also like going to be bringing all of these assets, from stocks, and these already exist, and you can get access in Luna ecosystem into Netflix stock, Alibaba, Tesla, Netflix, Twitter, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, etc. So this could be another one, and they're going to be having their own token, which is going to be for governance. But these synthetic assets which are tied into stocks, there might be some heavy regulation coming for them. I'm not trying to FUD or anything, but I haven't personally invested in that stuff yet because I'm still a bit wary about it. And next up we have White Whale, which is an arbitrage platform in Terra. And basically their mission is to decentralize the peg by people to arbitrage UST and other synthetic assets on Terra. And the application is not out yet, and you can basically watch an intro on YouTube in case you're interested about the product. And I think there was a sign up for updates, and they're currently going to be releasing on Luna and then on Solana and Cosmos, and because there's already gateways for those two, so this is going to be pretty easy from now on. Moving on, we have Andromeda, which is once again another multi-chain project which is going to be operating on Cosmos ecosystem, Luna included. They are also going to be, they already did like a community grant here. I think they have received that, to my understanding. And there's going to be platform that they're going to be building out, which is going to be NFTs. And basically they are going to be doing creator can build an NFT collectible ADO by choosing a module for storage, another module for calculate royalties, a module for taxes, and for signing legal agreement, etc. Each of these modules, called from the purpose-built NFT collectible ADO, is configured assessing the user-friendly no-code menu options to specify how each module works. So, I mean, there might be some benefits because when you create an NFT on other platform, you don't get to choose where the IPFS address is. Maybe you want to use your own protocol or things like that. So this can allow you to do interesting things. And, you know, they're building some type of DeFi stuff as well. So they're also kind of stretched out project, and definitely something to look into because there's not really many that are coming into Cosmos as well. So I don't know if they're explicitly coming to Terra for NFTs, or are they also going to be building some NFTs on Cosmos. Moving on, we have Valkyrie protocol. And they are basically building a platform where you can host a campaign, like a promotional for an ICO or things like these. And there has been many of these platforms, and I've used them in the past. Most of them have stopped altogether, and they just kind of like lack participation and many other reasons, and kind of poorly managed. And Valkyrie is basically, you know, there's a platform on Ethereum called like One Key or something like that, and they are kind of doing the same thing where basically in Valkyrie you are storing the data from all the social referrals on chain. So basically I'm going to be sharing my link for this project onto my audience, and they can track that data on chain, how many referrals I have brought to which specific platform and from which specific URL. So these types of things are kind of undervalued, and you can, you know, referral marketing is a big thing. I've done it for years, and there can be a lot more utility for those in blockchain, and, you know, blockchain can be a lot more reliable at tracking things than a random thing, and a bit more trustable also versus a centralized affiliate program which could be skimming money off from you. And they're going to be doing governance and equity type of stuff and deflation. So this could be an interesting, bit risky given out to the history of these types of similar projects. And our last project is called Void Protocol, which is basically building out anonymous transactions on Terra blockchain. So obviously, when there's any other new blockchain with smart contracts, somebody wants to create transactions and smart contracts or staking, which is going to be private. So you have more privacy on your funds, where they are going and where they are allocated to. And this is something that there's going to be definitely, there's always going to be one privacy coin or token on any chain. And this might probably be it for Luna, because I wasn't able to find actually anything else that was trying to do privacy tackle things. So this one's also probably going to be in demand, depending on, you know, it's going to be a rise alongside with the blockchain itself. But hey, that's pretty much my rundown of these projects. Hopefully you found something cool. In case you want to say thanks to me, here's my Luna address in case you want to throw me a tip or NFT. And as always, if you want your project to be featured on the channel, I'm always taking business inquiries to my email at lightliger@protomelt.com. Currently a bit busy though, but it's definitely good to take in contact with me, and we can schedule for a future date. So you have, you know, dips on my time, so to speak. But thanks for watching. See you soon. Subscribe, like, share. You know what to do. See ya.